What's up, rockers? As you guys know, we've talked about Nephisto before, and I try to reach back out, and the message that I got from Nephisto is, I'm not really a fan of your work. We'll work with more professional YouTubers. Can you post that and broadcast the story you want? So basically, I was asking what the heck was happening with the current civil war. As you guys know, this player was very nice in the previous conversations that we had, because in the previous conversation that we had, he even gave me some of the scoops about his life, and we've done a video about it. And you know what's funny about this is that when I looked at my first chat, initiative chat, he was actually the first one to message me. He says, hey. So I was like, okay, let me reply to this dude. Let's take a look into his profile. There was some more profiles in here that he have deleted already, our profile picture. So by looking at this Nephisto, I've gathered a few information. This player has definitely have a multiple personality disorder, or this player has two players running the account. So what I've been told, that a player is running this account is from the Philippines, and he's 15 years old, and he's supposed to be the nice Nephisto. The spender Nephisto is actually the one who is actually rude. But I think the rude Nephisto replied to me. Now, I don't want to say he's a bad guy, but he was relatively rude in this message, because I don't think I've ever done anything incorrect for him. So this message kind of struck me in the heart, because I take my work a little bit more sincere. So with that being said, I've also reached out to Kingfunny. Well, Kingfunny reached out to me first, but we're going to look at the story of the Kingfunny and Nephisto. Because in my previous video, I said Nephisto is nice, but he was nice to me at that point, but now he was a little bit rude. So I'm not going to be like, an asshole to him, but I'm just going to be like, he was really rude into this message. And it could be, maybe it's a persona that he's trying to portray within the game. He is a big spender. It's probably that he's trying to bait the YouTubers to create content about him, to basically promote more of who Nephisto is. But we know in this type of community, you have to be somewhere, relatively acceptable type of person to gain the followings as well. So with that being said, if that is the real Nephisto, I would say probably refrain on making contents about him. It's nice to make contents about big spenders and Krakens. We've done that, showcasing them. But for players like this, we shouldn't, showcase them. Although there are other, colleagues that will try to milk the contents to gain, of course, ads, which is nothing wrong with it. It is the work that we do. But I think for me, this might be the last video that I will probably do about Nephisto because of his attitude. We do this work. We're not like, the people's slave. We do this out of our genuine interest. So I'm not going to deal with that. So by the way, we just did a meetup in the Philippines. I just posted a vlog. Make sure to check it out. I'll put a card up here, link in the description, and here's the thumbnail as well. Now let's take a look at the Kingfunny in here. Let's read the story of Kingfunny, because the Kingfunny and Nephisto had some issue, and basically what Nephisto have said to Kingfunny is that right here, dealing with drama queens and chaos creator like Kingfunny in 2845. He was racist, and I decided to stand up for the little house. Ended up breaking the server. His greed carried over 2846. So let's read what Kingfunny have said, because I feel like Kingfunny might not be in the wrong in here. Maybe it is Nephisto, because what is happening right now in their kingdom. Not because you have so much money in the game and you spend a lot of money, you can bully anyone, especially in life. I don't care how rich or how popular or how much money you can show us or show me. It's all about respect, right? Your money means nothing. I just want you guys to understand this. For many of the viewers, you can see many big spenders within the game just because they have a lot of money, you're already like at awe about who they are, and you just assume they're the best, but they're not. All right, it's one thing that I want to say. That goes in real life. Not just because the player or the person has a lot of money means they're good, or that it means that you need to idolize them. All right, so work hard, make your own money, and be successful. So Kingfunny said about me, hey, I used to play the game a while ago, but about maybe 2 to 3 years ago now, back when the game used to be Rise of Civilization. I'm one of those content creators who have created contents for Rise of Civilization. I played through a couple of accounts back then, never spent money on them, just played with friends. Was king in one of those kingdoms, but then I ended up quitting the game along with my friends, and I just recently decided to get back into the game again this year. I found a jumper group and jumped with them into Kingdom 2845. So here's the story of 2845. Now, I want to let you guys know, I have not read any of this yet. This is the first time that we are reading this. Kingdom 2845. So, with the starting Kingdom of 2845, my alliance was doing very well. We had a lot of people who were pushing for T3 to T4 within the first couple of days, myself included. We were the top alliance the entire time we were there. We immediately started making friends with other top alliances, one of them being QIP, who we became very good friends with. When we started to notice that someone named Nephisto, Nabisco, a top player, was in an alliance almost by himself, other than a few smaller accounts. A lot of people tried messaging him in the kingdom, never answered anyone for a couple of days until he finally answered one of my R4s at the time about joining us. The offer we gave him was if he joined, we would give him R4. Basically you're buying his loyalty by giving him R4. So a lot of times when you're the leadership and you see somebody powerful, okay, let me give you officer, let me give you R4 just because you're powerful. Kind of sucks that it happens that way, but that's how the life is. So he accepted. At the beginning, he was always very quiet, never really talking in Alliance chat or even most of us in PMs. He would just play the game. So then the first MGE came along, and then this is when the problem started taking place. So at this point, we had 2 family alliances in our zone, and when the kill event came along, he just started attacking all of our family alliance and attacking every city of the smaller alliances in our zone. What made us mad about all of this was he was attacking our family alliances when we specifically told our alliances that it is against our alliance rules. He didn't care. He just wanted to make sure no one passed him in the kill event stage on MGE. Sounds pretty selfish in this story, basically. So MGE ended, and then we started having another problem with Neph. He kept making all these threats in the alliance chat saying if you don't finish your resource tiles, then he is going to 0 you, which I've heard this a lot. This is okay. He made this threat at least once every day in the alliance chat. Then at some point, QIP put us in a group chat about attacking a Vietnamese alliance known as VVN, because one of their alliance was blocking one of their sub accounts going into zone 2 and wanted to consolidate how many alliances actually go into zone 2. I went to sleep one day and woke up to Nevs and one of my R4s along with QIP member and a couple of other members from my alliance attacking and zeroing their alliance. I never told them what to do. Nep was telling my R4 he was bored and wanted some action, so that's why he went over there and participated in the war. Even though I was told when I woke up that it was Nef and my R4 did the fighting over there. So when we go into the next issue of him insisting that we make our alliance a power alliance, we're to kick everyone out of the alliance that isn't a spender and doesn't spend money on the game, and have one alliance rule the kingdom. Obviously we told him no. I kind of like Kingfunny actually, because he pretty much have the same mindset as I do. That's not going to happen, which he did not like at all. So then we go back to him making those threats of him zeroing our members, and one day I just got sick of all the threats he kept making, and when he made the threat in the alliance chat, I stood up for them and told Nef in front of everyone that he will not be zeroing anybody in this alliance because of resource node, and that's final. He then got really mad about that and PM'd me in our R4 chat saying that I disrespected him in front of our alliance and everything like that. He then started demanding that I give up leadership or he is going to zero everyone in the alliance. We obviously refused because we're going to allow someone, or we obviously refuse because we aren't going to allow someone who thinks that they are entitled to do anything to get what he wants. So just because you have the money, you can do anything you want. No. I like what Kingfunny is doing here, putting the balance within the game. In this game, no matter how much money you have, you mean nothing because this game is about team game, okay? So one thing that I can see here is that it seems like Nephisto might not be who he is, what he have told me, that he's around 30 something years old or something, and he is like a what did he say what he did for his living. He made some comments in here. He said that maybe he's just a rich kid. He said he owns a private equity fund. Maybe it's not real. It seems like with the story that Kingfunny is telling me, it seems like he might be more like a child who has a lot of money. It might seem like that. Might be an entitled child that has a lot of money. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. I don't know. He could be really equity fund rich guy, but maybe he has some slight disorder. I don't know. So after 12-hour countdown, I had to give him leadership. And then he started zeroing people. And on top of that, he said he's going to rule the kingdom and then migrate because he has a lot of people who want him, he said. So once he starts zeroing our member, the top 3 alliances start attacking our family alliance and at the level 1 pass. So we all teleported up there and just did a bunch of open field fighting. Then like a day later, the top 1 and 2 alliance migrated out along with the other small alliances to 2846. And I do have quite a bit of screenshots and all of this as well. So screenshot is definitely a powerful tool. And I also have a lot of screenshots, especially on my Google Drive because of Rise of Kingdoms. I blame you, RoK, for all the screenshots and my storage. All right. So to kind of really give a statement on his response towards me, he's saying I destroyed 2845, but in reality, he caused a lot of the alliances to migrate out of the kingdom. Zone 2 wasn't even open when we migrated. Our alliance wasn't even involved in any major war until the day before we migrated against the alliance that attacked us once Nep started zeroing us. Nep also joined that alliance, which is why they started attacking us. Now for him to say I'm racist is just completely false. He's saying I'm racist because my alliance was involved in attacking VVN. But it was really him and one of my R4 that were the main people actually attacking them. I was sleeping and I never told them to go. But attacking another alliance doesn't make you racist, LOL. So it's just childish to even make accusations like that just to make someone look bad. And for him saying I'm greedy, I don't even know how I can be considered greedy there when we literally had planned on splitting the Zone 2 shrines with the top 3 alliances. But we never even made it into that point because we migrated. So here's my take for this. I've given a little bit of my opinion, what I think, but in the reality, we don't really know who Nephisto is. In reality, it could be just this guy playing a persona within the game. Maybe he's a nice guy out of the game. But usually what I find with this type of game, it's pretty much who you are in the game is pretty much the same person with what your personality is outside of the game. What I believe in life is when you're given a certain amount of power or maybe money, your personality does not really change. You amplify who you are as a person. Let's say you're a bad person, or you're a selfish person, or you're a greedy person when you're poor. If you become rich or you become powerful, your personality will just be amplified. You're just gonna be more even greedy, even rude, even bad, even all that bad stuff. But if you're a nice guy, let's say you're poor, you don't have the money, you're a nice guy, you're always kind, you're always helping. When you get the power, when you get the money, this type of person will amplify its attitude, and will still continue to be nice and help people, right? That's my way of thinking of life, and maybe it's not 100%, but I also heard about this from Steve Harvey in one of his talk shows. So that's just one of my opinions to share to you guys. But with all these statements in here, the story that Kingfunny have shared to us, first I want to say thank you to Kingfunny for sharing this. And let me know in the comment section below what you guys think about the message that Kingfunny have shared to us. And if you guys have any experiences with Kingfunny and Nephisto, I want to know in the comment section below. Anyway, rockers, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again next time.